Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. It's your boy TNL, and today we are talking about how I wasted, a considerable amount of money at 18 and what I would do differently now. And you're probably wondering, how old are you now? I'm 20 years old. Yeah, I'm so far removed from that, honestly. And I'm probably still making some mistakes here and there. But here's kind of some things that I kind of use to make me move forward and move in the right direction in life. Yeah, let's just get into the video. At 18, I kind of thought I was doing the right thing with money. I was working, I was, getting money, getting paid, get some checks. I was spending it on what made me happy at the time. But now that I'm older, I can kind of see how much time I might have lost and some stress that I might have created for myself going forward. Um, and maybe even how many opportunities I could have missed. If I could sit down and talk to the 18-year-old me, I wouldn't necessarily scream at him, but I'd sit him down and I'd kind of be like, money is very powerful at 18. Then you realize, every dollar you save, every dollar you invest, or waste at that age has the power to really shape your 20s and even your 30s. When you're young, nobody really tells you this because like you're still, in that age, they might give you the warning signs, but you maybe not listen, you may be a little naive and you don't really care. But if you do want to get ahead of the curve, listen to what I'm about to tell you, you know, um, you get thrown into your adult life with a debit card, you know what I'm saying? Maybe if you're lucky enough, you know what I'm saying, you got a credit card early. The biggest ways that I wasted money, the truth is most of my money didn't go towards anything meaningful. While some did, things were spent where I basically wasted it. Some of those things are fast food. You know what I'm saying? Going to eat out, during school at lunchtime, or going to just going to eat out in general. I would definitely go out and I'd spend a lot on just this fast food because it was just so accessible, so close, way better than school lunch, way better than just anything. Uh, but yeah, I just didn't need to. I didn't really think about it. And then there was like other things like impulse buys. Like I bought clothes a lot. I would buy shoes that I would, you know, wear, saying not too often. Uh, just gadgets, random gadgets that would just sit in, saying my room that I wouldn't even really, pay it too much attention to after the fact. But it was all about chasing a short dopamine hit than thinking about the long term decisions in my life. There were things like, going out, going, and spending money and things like that. Like Ubers, just snacks, like maybe at a movie theater. I mean, that kind of falls under like food. Just random nights out though, and it's all, I feel like you should definitely take advantage and do these things sometimes because, you definitely want to build memories. But if you do want to go on to a faster track for a higher speed at success, I feel like in your life, maybe, you cut these back a little bit earlier on, you know? Um, but what I'm saying, these things were fun in the moment, but then again, like I'm just kind of stressed about like my money habits, in the time too, like it'd be Monday and I would just be stressed about money again. It would just not be the best predicament for me, but I was always just spending it, just was blowing it all. And then obviously things like subscriptions and whatnot, like memberships. I had a pretty good membership. It was only 200 for the year for my gym that I would go to. But you have like, streaming services, and all that just draining money slowly, and then you're just not even really paying attention. But I feel like there's a main reason why I made those mistakes, because very early on I didn't have a plan. I kind of knew what a little bit of what I wanted to do, but I didn't have like a formulated idea of what I wanted to do at the time. I was kind of living, for the weekend. I feel like, I would do what I had to do, and then I would just kind of have fun, which is cool, but You know, it is what it is. You kind of learn to, you kind of want to get it out the way early, you know, more so than later. But you can always grind harder, you know what I'm saying, on the early end, and then have time for all that later. So it's really just, it really doesn't matter, you know, like you're not missing out on anything. You're really not. um like, and when you don't have like a bigger goal, like money will always find a way to slip through your fingers, you know, because like every ad, every notification, every sale is designed to take your bread from you. Everything, the stories around you, you know, it's just all designed to just give me that money, essentially. You know that though. What would I do differently though? You know, if I could restart, like, what could I do differently to make sure that I'm in a better way going forward, you know? So I would start with number one, I would create a budget, you know, just nothing crazy, just, you know what I'm saying, just ahead of time, just find out where my money would go instead of just spending it randomly, you know? Like what do I need? Do I even need to spend money on food? Is my mom gonna make me some food? Probably. Do we have food at home? Probably. Do I need to buy streaming services, or can I just use like something that I could watch it for? Okay, let me not say that. But nah, you could really just find your way around things. I'm not gonna say too much, but you can find your way around doing some kind of, you know, things in life. But the second thing I would do is I would pay myself first. You know what I'm saying? The first 10 to 20% of my paycheck would go straight into savings before I even touched anything, you know. And you really, the more you do of your paycheck, the faster you're gonna just be able to save more and then have more for yourself. And if you do this early, you'll never get used to spending that money, and you just build security without even thinking about it. Third, I just, it kind of goes towards that, but the second one, but I would just build an emergency fund, you know, even like 1,000 to like 500 to 1,000 saved. Like that just saves you from stress, overdraft fees, you know what I'm saying? Awkwardly asking people like you know what I'm saying, your parents for money. Like it would just save you so much time to, you know, on the front end. I feel like focus on quality over quantity, you know. One well-made pair of shoes is better than 3 cheap ones you can replace every like 2 or 3 months, you know. Like I'd stop buying to impress people, because those people you're not even really going to be around these people you're not really going to even be around for like a long time. So it's really just like a short-term thing that you're kind of trying to impress people on a daily, I feel like. Just buy what you really truly need and what you really truly love. 5, I would start investing early. Like this one hurts the most, because the earlier you start, the more time your money has to grow. So even small amounts at 18 can turn into something huge by the time you're 30. Like the compound interest is just insanely insane. And I'm going to do a video on compound interest a little bit later. But yes, like find an app, something, Robinhood, Webull. Like there's these apps where you can just look at stocks, and you can look at crypto, and you can look at Roth IRAs, and you can just invest money into it. And just the amount of growth that your money can have by just sitting in here and you don't touch it, it's crazy. Like, and it's life changing. And I feel like not enough people know this early on, and I try to tell people more now, since I've been investing for a little bit, but I've tried to tell it and emphasize it to people more now, that you can really start to get ahead, you know, and like ahead, but ahead, like ahead, like it's crazy. Like you can get a lot ahead. Pause. Not pause, I'm straight. Jesus Christ, we're cutting this all out. But how do you fix it now? You know, you're listening to this and you're 18 and you're like, how do I stop wasting money today? Like I just came from Wendy's, you know what I'm saying, like 10 minutes ago, and you're just looking at the video and you're like, wow, well, what do I do now? Or you came from Chick-fil-A. Look at your last month, you know, like look at the money that you spent and write it down and start seeing like, wow, okay, I'm kind of going crazy in this section over here with food, or I'm kind of going crazy over here in my subscriptions, or my Netflix is low-key going a little bit wicked, a little bit crazy. You know what I'm saying? Cut to the biggest money drains. It might be the fast food. It might be the impulse shopping that you have. You know what I'm saying? The clothes, the shoes, or the subscriptions. You know what I'm saying? That those you can kind of find a loophole sometimes. But just cutting a few things up can free a lot of cash for you. You know, save something every week. Even $20 builds a habit. Even $100. You know what I'm saying? Like just save your cash. Just make sure that you're putting it into your savings or high yield savings. Use a separate account. Put your savings where you actually can't touch it. You know what I'm saying? Out of sight, out of mind. You're not even thinking about it, but it's there, and you know that. It'll create like a sort of like safety net for you. You know. The impact of getting this right early. Okay, let me really just lay it down for you. Nobody tells you this part about money. Your decisions in your teens and your early 20s set the tone for your rest of your life. Like, if you build good habits now, you'll have freedom and options when you're older, and you won't be as stressed every time a bill shows up. You won't feel stuck at the job you hate. You won't feel like you're playing catch up like so many people do at 30. The mindset that you really need to have in this, it comes from like the biggest thing I've learned is money is about flexing. Sorry, I said that wrong. The biggest thing I've learned is money isn't about flexing or impressing anybody. It's about peace of mind. Every dollar you keep or invest is like buying your freedom back. Your future self will thank you for every smart choice you make today. So you just got to really keep that in mind from a day-to-day basis. So yeah, I wasted a lot of money at 18, but I'm glad I did, because now I can tell you not to. Try not to spend. Don't spend the next 5 years repeating my mistakes. Get intentional with your money now. Build savings, invest early, buy with purpose, and stop letting your future be an afterthought. If this helped you, leave a comment, like the video, and subscribe to TNL. You know, hope you have a good one, and I'll see you.